What's going on, PricePlow Nation? This is Mike and Ben here, and we are at the end of 2019. Doing a whole lot of best of reviews, a lot of flavor reviews, having some fun with everything, a long podcast. But one thing that we wanted to talk about, Ben had an idea, like you've noticed a pretty big trend going on in the industry lately that you kind of want to just touch on and open up some dialogue, or I'm not sure what you're
I know. I kind of just, when we were talking about different videos, this is one that I thought was an interesting topic to cover. Because, to give the background, like, working behind brands like a NutriBio, like my job was like to be in everything, right? So like we were in Vitamin Shop, GNC, Bodybuilding.com, Amazon, D2C.
Right. Well, NutriBio started that later on.
Yeah. But like that was like the goal was to be all there. But now we're looking at brands that are like either used to be very D2C and brick and mortar heavy, and now they're moving into the big leagues. Like for instance, just this week we saw Performax go Bodybuilding.com.
Right, which signifies a big change of the formulas we're going to be seeing too.
Right, like when we signed up with them at the Olympia, remember Aaron asked us, like, what does it take for us to be there? I was like, well, you got to be compliant, and that's a big change. Going compliant is a big change. But then we also see like the other side of it is those Alani Nus, Ghost, Arms Race that are like forging strategic partnerships with single distribution channels and owning that area, right? Like we just did, talking about like the difference between, well, we ended up talking about Astroflave versus Ghost with that one flavor, and when the flavors ended up being very similar, but when you talk about like the availability of it, one is only at GNC and DTC, one is available at all brick and mortar. So you got different
street corners for your drugs.
You got different territory for sure.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting. Now we also see Bodybuilding.com is forging a few exclusive partnerships on online exclusives, and they're not allowed to go to Amazon. Everyone's trying to own their space, whatever it is, like, and you have to really differentiate yourself from the competition, and everyone's worried about it, whether you're GNC, Bodybuilding.com, or a brand itself. Not that Bodybuilding and GNC aren't brands, but they have their own worries. Bodybuilding.com is worried about Amazon, whereas brands are worried about staying alive in all their areas. So it's very interesting. I'm excited to see in 2020 how this pans out, because I think GNC is going to come back. It's kind of a bit of a...
Ben's throwing it down right now. GNC has the pieces in place for a serious turnaround, and I think they've had a lot of success just seeing Ghost, Alani Nu. Like, okay, they've figured out, and their own house brands are finally formulated incredibly well. And I think that's an important thing that was missing for too long. So first off, we're gonna stake a claim here that we are seeing, and a lot of people who like to go over numbers or talk about the China stuff or all that may differ, but we are seeing that they have pieces in place for a turnaround. So we are putting it down that we think GNC has what it takes, and they've seen a taste of that success, and they're going to run with that. And so that's one prediction here. One thing I'm noticing in the trend here that you're talking about, and I thought this was crazy when it happened at first, but when we first started setting up Ghost on the PricePlow system, our system was doing its thing and slurped up a bunch of listings at Amazon. And Dan was like, holy crap, he wanted it off of Amazon.
Right.
And he's like, if you don't mind taking that down, he said, I'm going to get that taken down. And he took off the official Amazon listings from of Ghost. And I thought that was crazy, because at the time, that's when Amazon was like this elephant in the room no one was talking about. He didn't want it there. And I was like, I think that's a dumb idea. But then you realize, I've realized so many things since then. Like, I'm like literally 5 years late on figuring out how Ghost is operating. Well, they've been around for like 3 years, but that...
Well, so to put things in perspective, and I think kind of something that's interesting, and I think 2020, I want to say these things a little bit more, is that like we do have eyes behind the scenes and some stuff, and I can say like I know an Amazon manager in the industry. I can't say who, but I know someone who does $1 million a month on Amazon. Like, and I think that a lot of consumers that watch our videos don't think about numbers, but that's for a lot of people. You think about you're making $1 million every month. That's incredible. Some people make $2,000 a month on their salary, right? But these other companies making $1 million on one channel, where it's like, to put things in perspective for you, the way that fulfillment by Amazon works is you make a pallet and you ship it off to Amazon and they take care of everything else. That's it.
Right.
You have to play with keywords and SEO.
Yeah, you can maybe send more traffic there, but overall, it's their internal search. That's a huge search engine.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that like Amazon is the largest buyer of Google ads in the world. Like they're within their .com searches and their outside external traffic is just insane. So to say no to that, I mean, that's huge.
Okay, yes. But what I'm noticing, though, a lot of these things, these exclusive partnerships, bodybuilding.com, GNC, what Ghost did way ahead of the time, I'm calling it a minor Amazon uprising.
Absolutely.
And I think that at first I thought that was ballsy. I didn't get it. I like having things show up 2 days later. And then I realized... And I've realized that this Christmas, Jill and I had a bit of a discussion. She just wanted me to give someone an Amazon gift card. I'm like, that is so impersonal. We're all just passing around the same damn Amazon gift card left and right and everything. It means nothing anymore. And it's not an experience. So maybe, if I'm buying my Now Foods vitamin D soft gels or whatever, I don't care. Just have it arrive. But I see the glory of having a Redcon 1 box arrive, and you bought enough stuff that you got a free freaking hoodie inside, or you have that Ghost Red box, and you have the loyalty program, or you have these different experiences that are provided, even buying a store direct to consumer, not even walking into the GNC, which is its own experience as well. At first, being like this I'm not a millennial, I'm not a Gen X, I'm like in between, but I'm more Gen X. I just wanted my stuff to arrive in 2 days, but now I'm starting to get the experience and everything. I'm like, okay, the Amazon box is bored with me. I'm sick of giving Amazon gift cards away, and it's like, I get it now. And Ghost is ahead of the curve, and I think this uprising is going to happen to a point, especially because we're seeing Amazon favor some of their own products.
Oh yeah, well we all know. You see it. We might not talk about it in this industry, but we see it because of, if you look at other industries, batteries and car parts are two that have been shown for Amazon. What Amazon does is they take everyone else's fulfillment by Amazon, run it, watch all of the reports, see which, in this case, which batteries perform the best, what are the reasons, what are the qualities, and then they come out with Amazon Basics and they kill it.
Right.
They just,
this camera's running on Amazon Basics batteries.
Yeah, there you go. It works.
Yeah, I don't need an experience with my batteries. That's such a commodity.
But I think what we're really looking at here is, if you boil it down really hard, is the difference between two mentalities, an old school mentality and a new school mentality. The old school mentality is that you make a product that is unique on its own and you put it into the industry through a brick and mortar and you let it sell. That still can be applied to Amazon. You're putting it into the industry and you're letting it be sold by someone else. And I see a lot of generally old school is like a cool thing to say, but people who are narrow-minded and stuck in the old ways that are pissed off about either D2C sellers or exclusive sellers. I see a lot of brand owners or brick and mortars that are like, these guys are doing it the wrong way, they're spitting in the face of the industry, they're breaking the rules, like there's some sort of set rules that you have to be in brick and mortar or something because they're either D2C or in an exclusive partnership, which is the reason it's not that easy, to be honest with you, because the fact of the matter is that GNC could give two shits if you give them a brand. GNC, they don't own manufacturers anymore. They used to own manufacturers. They also have partnerships with manufacturers. Little known facts, they audit manufacturers all the time that make their products. If they wanted to make a trendy ghost company, they just do it themselves. They rely on the demand that is created by the brand. So by doing one of these exclusive partnerships, you're saying, I'm making this brand for you, and I'm going to send demand/traffic to you. And then you get that back. It's a partnership. It's a relationship. It goes back and forth. Whereas with brick and mortar and Amazon, it's just, hey, here's a great margin, and you go sell it. And I can't hate either one. We're friends with Natural Body. They offer an incredible experience. Yeah. And there's something to be said for that brick and mortar experience and customer service.
And they have an incredible relationship with their customers and with the brands in the industry and us and all that. So
yeah, and as two tech-minded people, can't hate on someone for using Amazon. Just the traffic that you can do there.
Of course, yeah.
You can't hate on those numbers. But there is something incredible to be said for how Hayden Schneider and Katie Hearn did Alani Nu with GNC. Katie grew her following into the millions before, I don't think she ever endorsed any supplements, and then just unleashes it on the industry. Here's, they came out, I think, 3 simple products And every time they put a product out there, I mean, I'm not even really an energy drink guy. When I wanted to go find one of those Alani Nu drinks in the mimosa flavor, because I'm a basic white girl and I wanted to try it out, I couldn't find them anywhere. Like, you know, and so if we can time this video after sometime in January when a very strategic thing comes out, we can talk a little about my trip to GNC. And when I was there, we talked a lot about, they explained to me a lot about what they're doing in 2020 to beat that Chinese debt they had, to drive traffic more, to address the problems of these launches where, like, you know, Ghost launches a product into GNC and Ryan Diocampo in Louisiana might have it on his store shelves, but when I go to the Bridgewater Mall store by me, they don't have the product. That's a problem. In 2020, they want to address a lot of these things, like being more sneaker launch minded, where they're actually having stuff behind the counter ready, and on January 3rd, boom, it's out there. They created hype alongside with Ghost and all of their influencers. Go to GNC on this day, it's going to be there. I think it could be a huge change for them. Awesome.
All right. Well, we got a few more minutes. We want to hit the IGTV 15-minute limit, but I think we got a lot of this. We're just seeing this trend of like exclusivity stuff. But back to Natural Body Inc., they might not have a ton of exclusive brands. They have exclusive flavors, though. And I think that's another way to go.
There are brick and mortar exclusive products, and you can't take anything away from Natural Body. And it's funny. Even Dan says all the time that Steve Calabrese is like the one brick and mortar store owner that has like actually almost made it worth it for him to get Ghost into Natural Body because he's tried so hard. Steve offers a unmatched customer experience in that store. And it's just a fact of the matter. When you have 3,500 GNCs, you're not going to be able to manage customer service the way that the 16 employees at Natural Body can. Right? Like, you can't teach your employees. I mean, becoming employed at Natural Body is not easy. You know, you have to have a knowledge base. You are trained rigorously on this stuff, and like,
Steve's job postings are hardcore. He reads you out right away. He's like, Steve better be all in.
Steve literally posted, I think like a month ago, that his store employees will no longer recommend pre-workouts. Like, if you come in, if you ask them for pre-workout, they'll recommend one for you, but they're not going to push that onto a stack for you. And they're just their customer experience. Their customers walk out there with a diet. Maybe not a diet plan, like a meal plan, but with a better understanding of what they need.
Bit of guidance,
to change their lifestyle and really get their stuff put together.
It's a great way to do it, man.
You can't do that when you have 70,000 employees for GNC, and it's just the nature of it. You can't rag on them for not having that. If you want that experience, you shouldn't be going to a big box store.
Right.
So I think 2020 is going to be a very divisive year.
It's a good word. I think there's those fragments happening in all these different directions. Amazon's obviously still that elephant in the room, but people have found ways to get the experience and the relationships to work around it if needed. And then sometimes you can still put your stuff up there and it works. But
I think I heard once that 85% of online shopping starts at Amazon. It doesn't all end there, but it starts there, and then they go from there. Because the fact of the matter is, the easiest place to find something and buy it quickly. And you can press the buy now button, not even go to your cart or anything, just come straight to you.
Ridiculous patent.
Yeah, and I think all that stuff is really cool, but you can't compare that to going into a store, having face-to-face interaction, and then you can't compare that with going into, and not just Natural Body, there's just ones that we talk about, there's tons of other companies out there that do stuff where you have that real connection. I think Nutrition Store LLC down in South Carolina, they just posted a review, they shared it. It was this felt more like a bro bonding experience than a sales experience. Where you're sitting down and you're like, yo bro, I want to be bigger too. I want to be bigger too. This is how we're gonna do it, man. But on an honest note, really actually helping the consumer, not just selling them on something. So I think everything, I don't think anyone's gonna be failing soon.
Gotcha.
But there's people moving. I know people moving out of GNC into Vitamin Shop and all these different
Bodybuilder.com's grabbing their share and everything, and they're getting some pretty good exclusives too. So good partnerships and everything. Stay tuned. I guess subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below, and we're excited to hear from you on this. And this will probably be released in January 2020. Happy New Year from the past. And that's all for now. So we're about at our 15-minute IGTV limit. Let's shut her on down. Anything else?
Let us know what your favorite place to purchase from and why.
Welcome to PricePlow.